Hello, I'm Mr. Santamon, and today I'm going to show you a variety of seated and reclining poses, starting with this seated pose with legs out in front. So I'll have the character kind of hunched forward, and the legs are going to just be like straight out. One is, you can see the length of it, and the other one right here is foreshortened. So you see the bottom of the foot, and the leg is, really don't see much of the leg actually. And then the arms are going to be just hunched forward, straight out, and the hands are in the middle. So this could work as a pose for like a character, maybe with a skirt sitting down, or a character rollerblading or roller skating, just sitting down with legs out. And yeah. All right, next one will be a pose just completely laying on their back. Now this one, I think I've done this in another video, but I'll just do it again. Another foreshortened foot there, and then we'll have the length of the leg a bit more on display. I think I shortened it just because it's too short or too close to the other pose, but it's okay. Then we have the legs attaching to the bottom of the torso, and then arms, we're gonna see the full length of this arm because it's not foreshortened, it's out to the side. And then the other arm is kind of hidden behind the torso and the leg, but we will see also full length. And then the character is looking up. This next one, the character is like somebody who sleeps on their stomach, or maybe they are just passed out or have fallen and they're just kind of like not bothering to get up. So you see how the head is turned sideways, and then the legs are extremely foreshortened out of the back of the torso or the bottom of the torso. So you really don't see a lot of the length there. And then the arms are also a little bit foreshortened here because they are parallel to the direction of the body. So you can see the second pose, arms are out and we see the full length, but this one, the arms are going along the length. All right, this next one is going to be a sleeping pose for like people, side sleepers. And this one, I realize that, you know, these are a lot of sleeping poses, but we'll also have some seated poses up ahead here too. So you can see the arm is tucked under the face, and then there's the other arm under that arm. And I drew the torso kind of short there. It's okay though. You can lengthen that on your own drawing. And then the knee comes down and then goes back up. That leg goes back over the base leg. And then that's it. All right, next one is going to be seated with knees up to the chin. So this is more like a character who's maybe going through some stress or hard times, maybe a little distraught. This is like a defensive seated pose. So you have the legs close together and then the arms wrapped around the legs there. So this could be a character who's really going through some stuff, or just kind of thinking about, you know, maybe some tough life choices. This next one is more of like a meditative or prayer kind of pose that's just a side view. So character is looking down, torso is kind of hunched, and then we are seeing the knee out and the foot underneath the torso, and then arms down to the knees like that. So this could be like maybe a yoga or meditative pose from the side. All right, this one is a character sitting and reading a book. So we'll draw the character's head down, and I have the little cheek there, cheekbone, and then we have the legs going out at a 45 and then straight down. Usually I draw a chair first, but in this case, we'll just draw a cube. And the reason why I draw a chair first is because, you know, no chair is really perfect. Like for me personally, like my legs are long, so I tuck my legs under a chair when I sit. So if you try to draw a chair after the pose, you'll find that you're drawing like a warped chair sometimes. So anyway, this person's reading a book, just seated, really simple cube, just to kind of fit the pose. But generally I would recommend drawing the chair first or the couch first. Okay, this one is like stargazing or looking at clouds. So the character is going to be laying on his or her back, and then we have legs kind of crossed, like one leg draped over the other. So I'm going to draw where that knee comes out from under the calf of the top leg. So you may want to pause that to kind of see how I did that, but the legs are kind of interlocked. And then arms behind the head, and character looking up at the sky. And then I'm just cleaning up some of those lines so you can see how that leg overlaps. There's a overlap between those two legs there. All right, this next pose is going to be character reading a book. So another book reading pose, but this one is on his or her stomach. So we have face kind of down, like this is like reading a comic book in your bedroom floor. So we have you know, head looking down, hand or head, you know, being propped up by an arm, and then the other arm is holding down the page. So we have the torso out the back, very foreshortened, and then one leg is kind of kicked up playfully, and then the other leg is spread out from behind, but it's again kind of foreshortened, so you don't see the full length of the legs there. So you can see how a lot of foreshortening with the leg and torso. All right, this next one is kind of a friendly, like seated pose with one leg straight out and one leg bent. So here's the straight out leg first, and you can see under the foot a little bit, and then we have the bent leg here, and then the arm is going to, one arm's going to go straight down on the straight leg side, and the other one's going to rest on the knee on this side, so kind of draped over the knee right there. So this is like a friendly, just chilling pose, you know, hanging out at the beach or something. And now the opposite, if we flip the knees around and hunch the character a bit more, watch what this one does to the personality of this character. So when I have a leg bent, that's kind of blocking the torso, and then the opposite leg is straight, and then I put the arm draping over the knee closest to us, it creates this kind of defensive pose, or this dark, brooding, kind of sinister seated pose. It's interesting how just that change of which knee is bent and which leg is straight, you can see how it looks like the character is brooding or frustrated. All right, this last one is a reclining pose. This is kind of like the model pose where you have, you know, somebody just laying down with their head resting on their fist. One arm is in front. And then just like the side sleeper pose above on the top of the page, same thing with the legs there. The knee dips down and then the ankle goes back up. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet.